Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending another edition of the. I was almost ready to say the Incredible Breakthrough Show. I used to have a show called the Incredible Breakthrough Show, so it was sort of like a habit to say that. Another edition of the Practice Gratitude Success Show. So, thanks for coming here, Chris, Christy, Len. Thank you so much for being here, and we're waiting for Jackson's going to be coming in here just a minute. But today, as I like to start off each day, I like to talk about who I'm grateful for. And today, my post on Facebook, and I mentioned several people who I'm grateful for, which I call are actually like earth angels. And I was thinking this morning. As I went over to Fiesta Island, I was thinking back to the time years ago. Good morning, Ellen. I was thinking back at the time years ago when I coined a phrase, and I didn't coin the phrase, but in my own mind, the place called the Abyss. Now, the Abyss is a place that's very dark. It's real low. It's in between. It's way down there. It's a place you don't want to be. It's cold. It's dark. It's damp. There's no light. It's just not a good place to be. Good morning, Jackson.
Good morning, Bobson.
Thank you for showing up here today. I'm just talking a short little story. I'm mentioning who I'm grateful for, and I'm talking a story about the Abyss. The Abyss is a place where you don't want to be. It's a place where some of us end up sometimes, and I ended up there back in 2006, right after when I had the stroke. It's a place where you don't see any daylight. You don't really know if you can rise above it. And we know people that are into that place sometimes, and if you ever followed Abraham, she talks about the emotional guidance scale, where it's between like scale between 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Now, 10 would be something like you enjoy, love, gratitude, and the lower ends, like 1 would be like depression, fear, anger, resentment, those sort of emotions. You don't want to be in those emotions. You don't want to be there. The Abyss to me is there or even lower than that. It's like below the 1, where you don't even see light. You don't even know if there's a possibility that you can improve from where you are at that point. So earth angels are people who can reach down and help somebody up out of wherever they are and take them up to another level. So maybe you're not a 9 or a 10, or maybe you don't think that you are good enough, that you're worthy enough yet. But you know what? If you're a 1, you can help somebody that's below 1. You can help a minus person. Or if you're a 3 or 4, you can reach down to a 1 and pull them up just a little bit. And if you can pull somebody up just a little bit, so now they can see a little bit of light. If they can see light, now they're standing up where you are, and there's a possibility, and that's what that's all about. So the people that I mentioned today, and there's several, and I couldn't mention many other people, but the ones I mentioned today, my sister Mary Espinosa, these are people that post on my wall a real lot of times. Tammy Malone, Debbie Garcia, or people that I come in contact, I talk to on a phone or whatever. Bonnie Adelambos, Angel Belichowski, Jackson, Christy Kelly, Priscilla McMillan, Len Mooney, Jules Dvorak, Jessica Mold, Gloria Ford Shaw, Elizabeth Zimmerman, and many others. It's just that those are people I just mentioned today on my gratitude video, which I didn't even get a chance to post yet today because I got behind. But anyway, so those are the people that I'm really grateful for. Jackson, you were the host of the Friday Night Live. I'm waiting to hear who was going to be on your show tonight. So, but before we do that, who are you grateful for today, my brother?
Well, first of all, I'm grateful to God that it's another beautiful day, and that we're all here once again. But this morning, really, I'm grateful for our community. It's just there's so many awesome people. Yesterday, Bob, we have our little team chat, and I don't know if you find a lot of those out there in the world of marketing. I don't know if people do that, but we do, and I think maybe some people might not do that because it's like too much accessibility, and but we like that because we have community, and we have one person who's suffering in this community, and everybody comes. And Lynn, was just came in, and he's worried sick, and you're in there, and Chris Shout, and everybody, just coming to we care. And so it's not just that it's community, that I'm grateful for. It's the community that's coming to our music, and I think that's pretty cool because, you know, they say you can work with who you want in this industry, but how do you really accomplish that effectively? So just by playing the music like we talked about yesterday, playing your music, having your community out there, and I just love and I'm grateful for the community that is coming together, Bob. And I also, I guess for you.
Thank you very much. I see I caused confusion talking about the abyss, the deep abyss. This has nothing to do with Diane Hockman's abyss. This is the personal abyss before Diane Hockman had her deep abyss. This is something I had in my own mind years ago, like 9 years ago, when I was in a really dark, deep place where I didn't see any light. So it has no reference at all to Diane Hockman's deep abyss. This is just,
so Bob, are you telling me that Diane Hockman did not create the word abyss?
I don't think so. I don't think so. You can go back my old videos before I mean my old YouTube channel, and I talked about the abyss many times because it was a place.
No, I think it was in the dictionary before that, Bob.
It probably was. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I said it when I first started out. I did not create the term abyss, but it's a place where usually the abyss is a hole. It's a place where you don't want to be in. It's a deep.
Yes, some abysses you definitely do not want to be in. You may or not have mentioned them already. That's
so the deep abyss that Diane Hockman talks about. It's a whole different,
very deep.
I'm not. We're not talking about that abyss, but it's just. I'm just so grateful for the people that help us, other people, get out of that abyss, and that's what I was talking about. Earth angels. What does that say there?
Check it out. It says, "Well, it won't come. It won't go off of you now, Bob.
It's backwards. It's backwards.
You're backwards, sir.
Am I?
How dare you? No, I don't even think my picture's not coming up. It's just you. You're in star mode today, I think.
Okay, I'll whitelist you. There you
Oh, don't do that. Oh, then I'll never be able to.
Well, I'll come back.
Hide. I hide sometimes behind my mic. Does it work?
I'll go back. I can go back and forth. That happened before. That's what whitelisting. When I first started, I think Chris mentioned it first. What whitelisting is, that you have to click on the box with the person so you can hear them speak.
Len says he's, well, do you see just me, Len, or is it rotating back and forth? Because we like to share our beauty. Right, Bob?
Well, right now I think you're the first time I did it, the guest was white box the whole time. All I seen was my guest.
Yeah, well, okay. All right. Rotating. We're good. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Len. All right. So, here we go. Okay, so it says, let all that you do be done with love. 1 Corinthians 13.
That's what. Now, wasn't talking about love and talking about beautiful things and talking about community. Wasn't Angels called this morning magnificent?
It was, and you know what? It's like we, you know, many of us have talked about and stuff. You know, watching her blossom. You know, I don't think Angel was ever timid. You know, she was a paralegal, and you know, but you know, this industry can this platform, you know, putting yourself out there in front of people. Not everybody does that, and to watch her now, you'd never know that she had any apprehension whatsoever. But I think it's when we talk about our true stories, Bob, which she was doing from your heart. When you get to that stage that you can just talk and you're really not worried about what you're talking about. Of course, that can either make or break you. But I think that really comes out. And yeah, it was incredible. That call's incredible. You know, you got to get up in the morning, no matter what. And when you can get up and, you know, kind of grab a cup of coffee and stuff, and then put that kind of power and positivity in your ears from, you know, from a bunch of people. It's not just the call. Although Angel was fantastic, she always is. It's not just the call; it's the community there, like you mentioned, just the people on the front end of the call. You know, all there and all fired up for the same reason. Yeah, man, it's it's an awesome call. I wouldn't trade it. I've got to stop going to stuff though, because if I become addicted to any more stuff, I'll just have to call me Webinar Wally.
I know you do have to be careful of that stuff, because there's people that are sometimes they're scheduled for like 3 webinars at the same time, usually like at 6 o'clock at night. Well, I got to be at 3 webinars. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. They're listening to different calls, and you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. It's impossible.
Well, that's why that's why, not only do you have to have community, you got to control your community and make sure that you're doing effective things, because, you've got to have a real risk reward ratio return, because you're investing the most precious thing in the world, the stuff you can't get back. And that's so tonight we have a very special guest tonight. But it's a mystery guest.
Oh, it's a mystery guest.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we're not going to find out. I've been advertising and saying maybe we can come in today and hear who the guest is going to be on tonight.
I know. I was thinking to myself, maybe we should coordinate on this before you get these wacky, zany ideas. No, it's great. What we're doing tonight on Friday Night Live is we are going to party. It's just a party. There's no value. It's 100% goofing off. Join us 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday Night Live, where we will dance, we will sing, we will have fun, and you will gain nothing. Boom! How you like? Is that one? I'm going to boost that post.
There you go.
You like it?
That's worth it. That's worth it right there.
No, we're going to talk about. We're going to continue on the line of not only the community alignment, but we're also going to talk about a very eclectic kind of show. But it's really going to be centered on you, not you, Bob. That was on the first. It's going to be centered on folks, peoples, the peeps. Being able to take what they've learned and put it into action. It's going to be all about action. It's going to be about accelerating you, and that's something we all want to do. Is accelerate ourselves, and so we're going to be breathing the spirit of bravery, power, and empowering you and showing you things to get you going. And on top of that, we're going, by the time you leave, most people, by the time they leave Friday Night Live this evening, Bob, we're going to put money in their pocket. And I mean, literally in their bank account. It'll be there by the time you get off of Friday Night Live. So if you want to make money every month going forward, be on Friday Night Live tonight, because Christi and I are going to show you just how you can actually do that. And by the end of the show, you will have realized this in your bank account. I promise you. How you like that? You want to save some money?
That's worthy of sharing across Facebook, don't you think?
Yeah, man. We got massive value tonight. Not only are we going to invigorate you guys and talk a little bit about you and igniting and setting yourself on fire, but we're also going to talk about how you can save money that you can put into your business, or have some savings, some money. If you're saying, well, we're okay. We don't need to do anything different. We're going to show you how there's money just lying around your house. And if you're a person that says, well, I like, saving money is a good idea, we're going to show you really smart ways, really intelligent ways to do that work that quick. And then you can put it into a savings account and start saving for you and your family, if nothing else. So it's going to be a great show.
Well, I believe that, because a lot of times I'll just if I need to go to the store, I'll just go to my couch and I'll reach down like on the side down there, and I find money whenever I go looking for it. I find it sitting there.
You just gave up the whole show, Bob. And if you find a bag of chips, bingo! I
find chips. They're not quite a bag, but I find chips.
Yeah, well, different strokes for different folks. Sometimes I find a whole loaf of bread. Yeah, It's like, oh, well, there we go.
As long as you don't find the peanut butter and the jelly, you're fine, right?
Well, no, if you find a peanut butter and jelly, you're even luckier. But yeah.
So Jackson, so this is Super Bowl weekend. This is a big weekend. Are you going to say anything at all tonight about the big game at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, that flattened football guy ain't in the deal. And I want to give a big shout out to Bert Bledsoe. And then I wanted to say, go Broncos! Are you kidding? I'm in Colorado. I'm a Colorado boy. So if you don't want to see Broncos make Panther peanut butter on the field, then you won't want to watch that. But if you do, that's what we're going to be doing. Bob, you?
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be watching it someplace.
You're not a Patriot fan, are you?
I'm not a Patriot. I'm from Buffalo. I'm from Buffalo, and during the same division as the Patriots. So no, and I'm in the same division from being from San Diego as Denver. So I'm not a Denver fan either.
Bob, it's like I'm talking to a head. I love you, but you're just a head. Hey, you're a head. I know you got that microphone bouncing off.
It's sitting in my
muscular chest. There is what's going on.
Talking heads.
And now that's too low.
Or I could sit up higher in my chair. It could be like that.
There you go. Look at it, Bob the head.
I was thinking.
Bob the head. Now that looks well. Don't go too low. We'll all discover that you got your boxers on there. That wouldn't be good.
I can maybe stand up and do some jumping jacks or something, Yeah.
That would be entertainment right there, brother.
That would really spoil the show.
Can you not do that when you've advertised me on the show, though? Or maybe you should. It would go along.
In my video this morning, which I haven't posted yet, I actually have Andy. Andy comes in and says something today. And I said, Andy, would you like to say a word? So I'm not going to say what it is until I post the video, so you can hear what Andy.
Knowing Andy, he said word.
You just spoiled my show.
Well, if you think any of us didn't know that thing was going on, there was no suspense, no deep abyss there, Bobby.
That's exactly what he said today. That's exactly what.
Of course he did. Of course he did. He's a man of few words, that Andy. I love him. He's my favorite kind of guy, really. I wish I could be more like him, and probably so do a lot of other people.
So what I need to get for Andy, I need to get a solar powered coffee maker. Do they make those things? A solar powered coffee maker? I wonder.
Well, listen, what you might get him instant coffee and then a solar powered water heater thing, and then boom, then he could do a multiplicity of things with that.
Well, I got him a solar powered radio that has.
You shouldn't put water on that.
But he makes coffee. What he does, I bring him coffee all the time. He puts it inside of a plastic bottle, and shakes it up a little bit, and just let it sit there in the sun. He says, and the coffee grinds, they go down to the bottom, and then he has coffee. So he drinks. He said he drinks about 8 cups of coffee or 8 glasses of coffee a day.
Well, boy, it sure gets him wound up, doesn't it, Bob?
He's going around that island just all the time.
I mean, if that's Andy on 8 cups of coffee, you need to get that man 16 cups a day. That's what I'm thinking. Your ultimate freedom, Andy. That's true, Len. He does have ultimate freedom, but it comes at a cost. He has to see Bob nearly daily.
He does, absolutely. Well, sometimes he sees Len about once a month as well. Len pops in. Now it's funny because he knows Len really well. He'll go, "Hey Andy, hi Len, how you doing?"
I love that. Well, you guys do so much. That's I can't. Christi and I were talking the other day, and we're going to do I don't know if it'll be this year. I want it to be, but we want to do a little San Diego tour and get together with some folks and do a barbecue and go out to Fiesta Island and. I want to interview Andy, so it'll be a short interview. Hi, Andy.
Hey.
And that's our interview. But wouldn't that be fun? That'd be we gotta do that. Have Len come up and
Oh, Len would have to be, definitely would have to be here if you came up for that. Now, and Len has already suggested that to have a barbecue with Andy. He said Andy will come on over, have like a little setup. He's got
Will he?
portable.
Will he leave his habitat? Can you take him out of his natural?
No,
out of his natural habitat.
Because I already told Andy. I said I want you to come on the show. I said, but you're gonna probably have to come up to my house. And he said, well, I said I don't really like to leave the area. So he probably won't be coming up on the show anytime soon.
So we got to bring the barbecue to him, and there's no way to do that live
unless I start doing a Periscope show or something like that. Then I could probably do that.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll just have to get a van with some folks in the back and just throw a hood over his head and take him Marine Corps style. He'll love it when he gets there. We'll give him barbecue.
It wouldn't be really easy to take Andy like that. He's not a lightweight fella. I don't know if you've seen his full physique, but he's not a real lightweight.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy.
Big guy.
Yeah, he's you guys make his day, both you and Len, and it's pretty cool. I've loved that from the very beginning, but he's a difficult guest.
He doesn't go hungry. That's for sure.
Everybody's like, that is the most well-fed homeless guy I've ever seen in my life. He doesn't hunt, he doesn't trap, but he's well-fed.
I mean, I think about him a lot of times. I think about the law of attraction. You know, like a lot of, and you know, we talk about we're always worried that things aren't going to come. You know, and he doesn't do anything. He stays right there. He's on a little bench underneath his trees. He's got plenty of furniture. He's got chairs, and he's got a nice big tarp that he puts over him. And yet things just come to him. People just bring him things. He's got all sorts of like Tupperware things, and that people bring. I'm not the only person that brings any stuff. All sorts of people.
Wow.
It's like they give homage to Andy. They bring him things and soup and all kinds of things.
That is just, well, it reminds me of the word where it says, you know, God even takes care of the sparrows. You know, he's going to take care of you.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing what you guys are doing. And all jokes aside, it really is. And everybody looks forward to seeing Andy. And I know how much Andy, you know, as little as he says, you can just tell by his demeanor that he's filled with joy by what you guys do, and obviously what a lot of people do. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, that's the kind of stuff when you go to bed at night, you feel good about, you know, when you give away, there's so much power in that. There's just so much power. And whether it's with a good word like what you do, Bob, with the gratitude every single day, or, you know, you give somebody, I'll tell you guys, if you want to, Christi and I are thinking, Bob, about starting a campaign through Sunday Night Live where people can give socks to the homeless. The number one item that homeless people need are socks. There's a huge shortage of socks, and because it's not something you really give back, they put them on and they keep them on their feet until they're completely worn out. So stay tuned for that. God put that on my heart recently when I found out that was the number one thing that they need. And I don't know if your feet have ever been icy cold, but it's a grueling situation. And if we could help that out, wouldn't that be great? So whether you're giving something away or giving towards something that you know is going to people to help their anguish, you know, Jesus said, whenever you do it for the least of these, you do it for me. Right. And I think that's really important, because a lot of us try to serve God with our money, with our religion. We show up, we dress up, we sit, we throw water on, and throw some money in a bucket, and then go home, and we feel like we're good for the week. And you know, then we cuss like hell on the freeway all the way home about the people getting in front of us and shake our fist as we're listening to Jesus loves you. Yes, I know. You know, it's so it's just kind of crazy. But when the true heart of giving, the true heart of really helping your creator, if Christ said, when you do it for one of these, you do it for me, you want to serve God, then serve pain. And if you can serve pain in humanity, even animals, that's an expression of God. You know, look at those people. If you can't tell the difference between a lab and a jade tree, you need to sit down with Andy, I guess. But yeah, giving of your heart gives back to you. I mean, that's investing. God says you're investing in the bank of heaven, and you don't have to wait to heaven to get that. God's your kids. He's not playing games. So yeah, what you do and what others do in this community and what we're going to do in this community together as we all lift up, Bob, going forward. That's the thing that really gets me excited. That's the thing that's getting me up in the morning, is because God is going to use this. When you make yourself available, when you say, I'm here ready to serve the people, I'm here to serve you. How? By serving the people who are in pain. God's not trying to save the rich. And I don't mean because they have money. I mean, they're okay. He wants to help the people with their lights out. He wants to help the people that are so confused and lost, and they have nobody that loves them, and they're on the street, and they're sitting in their own excrement. And that's the facts that we don't like to think about, Bob. And I believe that this group, with all the talent and all the love and the vibe that's in this group, that God's going to keep building it up until our music is so loud that we're going to make an impact in the world, because that's what Christi and I are out to do. Promise you.
And there's and the good thing, there are so many groups like that and people like that. And that's what I like to tell people is, you're good enough right now. You are good enough. You could be a 2 on that scale, but you're good enough to help a 1. You're good enough to reach down. Just everybody does it. And if they believe that they have that power within them, then everybody just keeps helping, pulling each other up. Like you always say, you keep all the ships rise with the tide. We all keep helping each other up. If we all do that, we have that mentality of helping each other up, then you feel better. And then, of course, then they're going to help. If they get ahead of you, they'll help you up. It's all about cooperation and not competition. It's cooperation.
Yeah, and it's pouring good. It's pouring good out, like good for good. It's kind of like the organic thing. The conception of that is you pour good into the world, you pour good into people, and as people, we have to pour good into us. Why? So that we can pour good into others. Because if the enemy's outside the door, brothers and sisters, and he wants to wreck your day, but don't let that stop you. Just be smart. God says that wisdom is more valuable than gold and silver and rubies. Wisdom, what's wisdom? Man, that's getting wise counsel. That's understanding what you're doing. And so pour goodness in yourself so that God can furtherly use you. If we're broken down vessels, yeah, he'll use you. But quite frankly, if you're beep, beep, Captain Pike on Star Trek, there's a limit to what you can accomplish. And so if you're whole in your temple and your body, and you're putting good stuff in you, that's the reason you want to do it. Because if you truly want to serve your life and serve your dreams, you have to be of whole mind and body to do that. So exactly. It's all about putting good stuff everywhere, right, Bobby?
Put it in your mind, put it in your body, put it into relationships. It's all of those things. Just help each other out up the mountain. Hey, before we run out of time, I do want to mention, I believe Len has a webinar today. It's Len, could you type in what time your webinar is and how people can get a hold of that?
Len says he has lots of socks. Problem is they're all holy.
Well, I have lots of socks too, but they're all like one. The dryer ate the other one.
Thanks, Len. I can never not see that image now.
I think that's what runs dryers. I think they eat socks. That's what they do. That's the image.
Well, the textile people and the dryer people are clearly in bed together.
Absolutely.
We know that. Just like the sickness industry, the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors, they're in bed together too. Because if you listen to, check this out, I know we're right at the hour, but if you're well, your doctor is going broke.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of job security there. That's not going to happen anytime soon. But we just got to do our part and spread the word. Like you said, pour into our own self, our own mind, our own body, our own relationships.
It can happen sooner than you think, Bob. Yeah. Lots of things are out. We're moving. Do you know that Walmart is closed over 250 stores?
I've been hearing about
closed.
Yeah. It's a good thing. It's a good.
Len said 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for lunch with Len.
Look up, find Len. I'm sure he'll post it on my wall. Go to lunch with Len. Go to his group, and he's got a webinar sometime today. He's going to be talking about Facebook. So check. You can find Len and check that out.
Yesterday, Len, there was feta cheese on my salad, and I specifically ordered blue cheese. Just saying.
Did you?
I did. It was feta. Feta. when you want blue cheese and you eat feta, Bob, it's like
you get fed up with that, don't you? Hey,
thanks for having me on, Bobby.
Make sure tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you tune into Friday Night Live, because you're going to learn how to make money by not just going inside of your couch. There's other ways as well. And Jackson and Christi Kelly are gonna teach us all about that today. So make sure you check that out. Go to Friday Night Live. It'll be all over my Facebook wall. It'll be over. Go to Jackson, Christi Kelly's. It'll be everywhere. And so you will learn some wonderful things, and you learn how to dance. You learn how to do this little crazy black hat dance and stuff.
That's right. Are you gonna be there? Are you black hat dancing tonight, Bob? Are you?
I think I only missed 2 like in the whole year. So
no, but I mean, are you gonna come out? Are you gonna come out and do? Are you gonna come out and do the thing? You know the thing, this thing.
Maybe we'll see.
What do you, I need to know now, man. I can't do this impromptu. I can't live this way, Bob.
I'll have to put my backdrop up if I do.
That thing, you hear that?
My Robert Hollis. What's that? Oh, here we go. He's got that on autoplay.
Oh yeah, man. I got my sound bites, baby. Hey, Bob, thanks for having me.
We gotta
thanks
go,
for being
guys.
here, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for coming here today. We'll talk to you later at Lunch with Len for his webinar. We're going to see you tonight at Friday Night Live. Bye for now.
Right on. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.